Now, non-governmental organizations working on poverty eradication in Ghana are expressing concerns over the decision of government to suspend the expansion of the Ghana school feeding program. Now, the decision was announced yesterday by the caretaker Minister for Gender, Children and Social Protection, Cecilia Dapao, on the floor of Parliament. The government actually explains that they are actually putting in place measures to ensure that there's an information management system to enhance the efficiency and effectiveness of the system. Will definitely, as government is indicating, bring you updates on that. But we can listen to the sector minister explain why they are holding on with the expansion program.
So, Speaker, currently the expansion of the program is on hold. We are clearing all arrears of caterers and putting in place measures to ensure effective and efficient service delivery to all beneficiary schools, as well as the caterers. We are also putting in place a management information system to enhance efficiency and effectiveness of the system. We shall surely inform this August House when we are ready to expand the program to cover additional schools. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
So that was the brief announcement that came through from the sector minister on the school feeding program. But NGOs working on poverty eradication are obviously concerned about this. Fortunately, we've been joined by Dr. Emmanuel Ayurifa, who's the Deputy Country Director of SEND Ghana, one of the NGOs working on the UN SDG Goal 10. Thank you, sir, for joining us here on the pulse. So here we are. It appears that the expansion will not happen in the coming days. The government explains that it will need to improve the management system of the school feeding program. It appears that this program has suffered a lot, isn't it?
For having me, and good afternoon to your cherished viewers. Yes, indeed. Let me just say it bluntly that it's quite disappointing, at least from my side, and obviously I'm sure all civil society actors who are actually working in the area of social protection and poverty eradication share in the same view. It is just disappointing because we have consistently been calling for government to expand the program because of the benefits of the school feeding program to school children. Basically, it helps to, one, of course, help in terms of educational outcomes, retention of pupils in school, and also encourage people to go to school. There's evidence out there also helping to reduce poverty and also helping in the area of household food insecurity situations. The last benefit that we think that it's important has to do with the local economy dimensions of it. And so if such a laudable program, a nice program that we are all hoping that is expanded, rather the minister come to say that they are putting on hold. That is the disappointing aspect, because in the 2022 budget, it was clearly stated that government was going to expand the program. Currently, it's covering around 3 million or so pupils in about 10,000, a little over 10,000 public schools. And so we thought that if for nothing at all, at least MPs who have been calling for such expansion will be happy, but unfortunately that is not it. So that is the disappointment. However, we are actually not surprised about it, just also because of the fact that consistently you realize that there has been issues with payment to caterers. This is something that is not just happening this year. And so if in the thinking of the ministry, they think that it is better to put on hold the expansion and rather concentrate on those who are there now so that they can effectively serve them, then we think that that is okay. But unfortunately, we are disappointed in non-ability to be able to expand the program.
So some are actually blaming all of this on the alleged cases of corruption and how there's no effective tracking system to ensure that indeed we have value for money and that the monies are going to the right caterers. We've had countless reports where caterers have come out to complain about even funds which is due them not being paid to them. All of these things are affecting the program and the quality, isn't it?
Yes, exactly. So in fact, over some time now. Last year, and I think last year, we spoke about, currently we have around 32,000 or so caterers, at least according to the 2022 budget. If you go around, you speak to the caterers, the main issue is that they've not been paid. But established also that there were some sort of underhand dealings in terms of inflating of the number of students or number of people that are supposed to benefit and whatnot. And so that is where we think that's in the right direction to clean up the system. And that is what I'm sure the minister is done. In fact, the unfortunate thing is that if you looked at the 2022 budget, the allocation to the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, the various subsectors in the ministry, school feeding had 77% of the total budget to the ministry. And I remember being in a press release, we stated this clearly that was also quite an issue of concern to allocating so much. Answer one, I mean, what went into allocating the so much 77%? We are less than halfway into the year. Now we are told that it's not possible that the increase or the expansion is going to happen. And so then what happens to the 77% allocation to just that sector alone? So these are some of the things that we think that has to be done. It is important that we clean the system, but we are hoping that the minister wouldn't come back again at the end of the year to tell us that unfortunately the MIS system has not been put in place, and for that matter, we are going to still be giving such excuses again.
And so before the resumption of the whole program, at least we know for now that government has some timeline or at least a gap to deal with the challenges of inefficiency and issues of corruption in the system. Before the resumption of the expansion or expanded program, what's your expectation that government would do before the rollout of the second phase of the expansion?
Okay. One main thing that we need to look at is to depoliticize the school feeding program, because over time, and this is not with just this current government, previous government and whatnot, we realize that that is one of the areas that government upon government tried to push in their party faithfuls. And you really, even when you talk to some of the caterers, that is what they say. And so we think that depoliticizing it is going to help. I'm very sure that some of the current challenges we are having with so much people to pay and whatnot is because of depoliticization. Another has to do with, it's important to review the entire school feeding operation. And I believe that one that is done is going to help so much. And also look at the data issues. I'm sure that is why the MIS system is being proposed here. And so for me, if this is done, that is going to help so much. And the last has to do with always making sure that we disperse the allocated amount. I'm telling you that it's about 77% allocation to just the school feeding alone. But every time when we do the analysis, we realize that the Ministry of Gender, Children and Social Protection, in terms of actual disbursement, they don't get even more than 60%. And so these are some of the things that we think government should also do to clearly help move the school feeding program ahead. Maybe in my last, let me just also highlight the fact that it is not only the school feeding program. Recently, we heard about LEAP, also delays in LEAP payment. These are all good social intervention programs that if government should really take a look at, is going to really help to reduce poverty and of course help to improve upon people's nutrition and all the other key economy-wide outcomes that we are expecting. Thank you.
I'm grateful for your time.